is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can change the focus to a soft blur or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to...
All right, everyone, welcome to Divine Intervention. That's right, we are live here in High Res Studios, and we're going to be casting this charity tournament. But first, I have one question, Brandon. What's your favorite Sunday?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me what perfect Wednesday was.
Well, today's Wednesday.
Right, it's
oh, I get it, because So how's everyone doing today?
The whole trip.
For those of you guys who are wondering, we're going to be doing the Divine Intervention tournament today, and it's going to be a lot of fun. If you're looking for the brackets, I'll post that up in chat for you, so you're ready to go and follow along. So everyone in today's tournament, the team captains, the people that are leading the teams, community members, streamers, competitive players, all kinds of fun stuff. Post that up in chat for you guys want to follow along. Today's first match, who do we have going?
We're going to be spectating a fun match for us.
Yes.
As our two co-casters for the North American series, Lionheart and High Res Bart, will be facing off against each other. And I have a feeling Lionheart's going to stomp them.
Well, it's a little bit kind of like torn because they're together. They've been together for a long time. There's even a T-shirt, Lion Bart. It has their logos put together with glasses.
It's like Lionheart, but
it's fantastic. And they're going to be our first round matchup, which is interesting because neither of them, I mean, they both can't go forward. One has to be eliminated.
Right.
One has to be shown to be victor.
Put my money on Lionheart. Lionheart plays jungle, and jungle is the strongest role when there's not perfect chemistry.
That's true. That is true. Also one of the hardest to come back from.
It is.
If there are people that just want to kill Lionheart.
I told Bart to invade, get that potion. Get the potion down.
He'll get it.
It's GG.
He will get it. If it drops, it's going to be really tough here. So, we're going to be following up on that. So I wonder, how's everyone in chat doing today? So if you guys are wondering, this is going to be a 32-man tournament. Single elimination all the way up to the finals, which is like a best of 3. There's going to be stuff going on in the chat. You want to follow along. We have Steel Series gear to give away. There's going to be a raffle between all the people that donated. For those of you who don't know the details of the event, this is a charity tournament, which means we ran donations from the middle of November all the way up until today. Actually, last night was the cutoff for the donations. And people that donated, you can be entered into a raffle for Steel Series gear. We have a headset, a keyboard, a mouse pad. We're going to be giving away Divine Intervention t-shirts, gems in chat, and gems to people that donated, as well as gems for victors. If you're in first place, you get 4,000 gems for your team for a charity tournament. That is a lot of gems. 2,000 per second. It's awesome. Yeah, they're going to be giving that out. Kelly's the one that...
Do you have a pillow?
I have a pillow. What? Do you know why? This is Bart's chair. That's Kelly's chair. Blame Kelly.
Isn't Kelly supposed to be like the pampered princess?
No, she's the one that's supposed to dream on. Yeah!
Have they been told to go?
Most games are going right now. The one we have right now, we can give it the go-ahead when I send that on the way.
We're going to get into that first round again. Team Lionheart versus Team High Res Bart. Now, we also have High Res Kelly entered.
Yes.
Anyone else from the studio?
We have Gavin.
And
we have APC, who is covering for Duke. Yes.
So Gavin doesn't actually play a lot of Smite, so he's not feeling super confident.
Well, the question is, are we being duped here? Because it's possible. It's possible that he's just fantastic.
It might be.
You never know.
I honestly think it's going to be up to APC to ensure that all of High Res doesn't get out in the first round. Because I don't know. I think Katixi has got Kelly's number.
You think so?
I think so.
They're in the same room. So those you don't know, Katixi's here in the studio. Kelly, APC, Bart, and Gavin, of course, are here in the studio. They work here.
That's right.
That's quite clear. But they're all in the same room. They're in the playtest room where all the testing goes down. In the same room, playing against each other.
Why are they saying swap the cameras?
I don't know. Am I supposed to be Dan Brandon today?
No, it says the right name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you swap it.
Kelly turned all the tones down, so I look like I've been left out in the cold for a long time. It's pretty cold down here in Atlanta.
We got some trash in chat. Lil Mama Cena, APC, you going down.
I still think we should put it on the Tribes channel, but I don't think that. I don't think the Tribes community would appreciate it.
Yeah, we'd probably get mobbed.
What is this? Blasphemy! Oh, we're looking away from each other. Because when I look this way, I'm looking like to them. You're over here. In reality,
here's how we fix this. So DM, how are you doing?
this is actually much better.
We're facing walls, ladies and gentlemen. So it's the setup of the cameras that are swapped, but we're gonna have some fun.
Wait, we can just.
Does it reach though? Is the question. No, because that'll change the names. All right, so we have a player, one of the players. Now, of course, everyone in this
Blame
tournament.
Wagner. Hashtag.
Oh, sorry. Everyone in the tournament. No, everyone in the tournament. They're donators. So the people that either
Right.
subbed in, we do have a couple subs. They were willing to hop in and sub in for us, but the majority of them are people that donated to charity. The charity was American Red Cross, helping out with the disaster relief effort, especially in the Philippines. We had that big typhoon. So the people are, they're coming in to play. It can be any level, level of experience. It looks like we have one person who had to deal with some kind of emergency that came up in their household, just a minute or so, and they'll be hopping into match pretty soon here. So as soon as that gets going, we'll have it up on screen for you. And again, if you're wondering what's on the stake, it looks like we do actually have it here. So let's bring this up on screen for y'all.
All right, so we should
See,
give
I
them
said
team
y'all.
names, right?
I said y'all.
Or you're getting it down.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
should Lionheart's team name be?
It's Team Lionheart and Team Bart.
All right, I'm gonna name them something different. I'm gonna name left team Team Jungle, and right team Team Hope for the Best.
Oh! Hope for the best. There's an Arachne band here.
Oh, the Arachne and Vulcan. He said he was gonna take them out. Lionheart has the first pick here. Zeus has been taken out. Anubis. How did he know Bart was gonna Anubis jungle? How did he? Bart told me that this morning.
Goobus. Zeus. This is the respect bands are coming out. I don't know why they're banning Arachne because the eggs are just the worst ever,
Okay.
Yeah, they just.
Do you want the honors here, or am I gonna get the honors?
Habwa.
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 We were practicing our Chinese.
We have met Hi-Rez Parker, who speaks fluent Chinese.
Yes, he does.
And is the translator between Hi-Rez Studios and Tencent. And he has been coaching us, and I spent a lot of time with it, on how to say some of the names just a little bit more naturally in Habwa. Mama.
First pick is going to Hebo there to Lionheart. Lionheart loves his Hebo. He's one of the first few Hebo junglers. Just talked about it in early stages of the closed beta. Guan Yu first pick, going out to Team Bart, and then Sobek locked in as well.
I like the Sobek pick.
Yes, absolutely.
When you go into this kind of tournament and you have people that you don't know, and as a team captain, I've been there in the Tier Monster tournaments. You're just hoping that they have enough skill to ensure that they can, place wards down and not overextend. And when you see a teammate first pick Sobek, you got to be pumped.
Absolutely. I mean, Sobek's fantastic, and he allows for so many great initiations if you're unprepared for it. So you can obviously just jump in, grab him, throw him into the direction that the drum runs on top of it. And of course, Guan Yu, one of those characters where he can go into the solo lane, he can go into the jungle. Not as often, more recently, but has been played in the support role for more initiation. Kind of like the Ares Hades role, where not as much peel, but definitely a lot of damage, especially with the lowered protections you're going to get from Tower Assault. So a lot of opportunity there, and of course, they can go a lot of ways there. Artemis locked in, and then Athena. I love Artemis. She's so strong. She's a fantastic character. And without Sobek, Athena is a great second pick, which also could still
Honestly,
be a jungler.
I like the Athena pick a lot because that's going to help Lionheart. And that's the goal here. Lionheart get his fed as fast as possible. More than likely, we're going to see the Habbo jungle.
Habbo jungle.
Oh, that was good.
That was good.
We're
That
getting
was
it down.
That was good. Now I just need a Changua.
Okay, so Thanatos being hovered on here. This assumes that we're going to see Rights and 32 into the jungle. And with the Sobek pick, that puts Bart as Guan Yu in the solo lane.
Yes, and then I locked that in there. Thanatos really not played anywhere but jungle. He has been tried in the solo lane, but not as much success. It's like Cupid's going to be hovering on
My
here.
favorite.
The old school Cupid Sobek, which still works, especially with the new slow. Well, not so much new anymore. 2 or 3 months ago, applied to the Heart Bomb. And Cupid's a character that, no pun intended, doesn't get as much love as he possibly deserves, mainly because there's so many other options out there. And even with AMC coming out, people were still kind of focusing on AMC instead of Cupid. Across the way, Team Lionheart, we're going to have Sun Wukong hovered on here and one more pick to go. It looks like they'll need a mid laner if Hub was going to go into the jungle.
I'm calling out Kwong here. Just because every single person in the world seems to play
Argy's
out
gone, so when in doubt, Ao Kwong out.
Uh-oh.
That's an Emir.
Okay, so I think we're going to have a Ymir jungle.
Possibly an Ymir jungle or an Athena jungle.
We could have Ymir mid. TV's been doing it a lot. I know that he likes it. It's actually super strong. If he gets fed early on, especially with a Doomor, man, Ymir puts out serious numbers.
Oh, and once you get that Polynomicon, it's so easy. I mean, of course, the slow you get from Glacial Strike is so good. It's really easy to kind of just jump on this. Looks like we had a drop out there. It was a misclick or something that ended up happening, so we're going to go ahead and hop back onto that. But again, I mean, Athena's one of those characters that's a little bit ambiguous. We have Ymir at the same time, so on the same team, it's strange. And because Hubwa was there, we expect Lionheart to go into the jungle. It's kind of the thing that he does. He really likes his Hubwa jungle.
Yeah.
So the question is, how are they going to play it and what their strategies are? We don't know. They're all on voice communication. So for this tournament, everyone has provided a Mumble server and their own Mumble channel to sit in, all 5 of them, so they can coordinate, talk to each other, get their strategies locked in. And, you know, they may have a strategy we're not ready for.
So I have a message here from Mr. Bart. We had a DC from Redman, so they're just going to wait for him to get back online, jump back into the game. Everybody was picked, right?
Yes.
So we were
Not
missing-
locked, though. Emir hadn't been locked in yet.
But
Emir and Sun Wukong.
Okay.
I don't think they locked.
I'd say if those two locked, they can just go right into blind pick. But
Right.
it looks like we're going to have to redo the draft as soon as he gets back, so we'll just wait on that. In the meantime, Drybear,
Yes, me.
what's your perfect Sunday?
I can't have Sundays.
Well, everyone on my friends list is in Conquest Challenge.
I don't want to click on my friends list. It's scary and large.
I see Kelly already in there. Katixia as well. Looks
Yes.
like they've already started.
Their game should be going here. So we look into the brackets. I did post those up in chat for you, so definitely I'll post them up again. So this is going to be the main thing. How did this end up on the lock here? It's on the Joust Club. Joust Club number 1. So brackets here. I'll post it up in chat for you.
So we had 2 buys you can see in the bracket.
Yes.
Actually, both are awarded to Team Dignitas. Zatman's going to go against either Weekend or Trendkill's tournament in round 2.
Anatoly.
And then Anatoly is going to fight either Pecky's or Caps Lock Fury in round 2. There's a lot of talent in this tournament.
It really is. You look down at the bottom. Doom Princess is facing off against Gavin.
So wait-
Derby versus King
Why
Taka.
don't we have a second? Why don't we talk a little bit about our predictions?
The fun is beginning.
The fun is beginning.
All right.
Hello, Hi-Res Nabil.
Hello. Have fun. Enjoy yourselves.
We're already having fun.
Awesome.
Let's talk
You
about
guys having fun?
predictions.
Predictions. Who are we predicting?
Okay, so again, Lassus versus Jeff Hindla. I go back to my original point that I think jungle is going to be stronger, and since I know Jeff can jungle, but I think Lass is going to have that.
Lassus is an inspiring jungle, and he's been practicing it for a long time. One of those methodical players that can go through and practice each individual fundamental
Right.
part of how he plays. And I think a lot of people who watch his stream do enjoy that. So, you know, I think the thing to focus on
Oh,
here
they did blind pick.
is that so they ended up locking those in there. It looks like it's going to be Emir on Lionheart. So Hub was going to go over there to Golendolf, one of our donators for the tournament. We hop up into the
Jungle
big screen so
Emir.
you can go into there. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of opportunities there. And I think one thing that should come to light in this tournament is the fact that this is a team game. It's a 5-man
Right.
tournament. So regardless of who you are and how you play, you still have to be able to coordinate with your team. And maybe the best captain is the one that wins this versus the best player, because there's a lot of opportunity for each individual person to prove themselves. And the fact that they donated charity gets them in here. So they're already great people. We know that by default. Y'all, we're over here in Georgia, and I don't hear y'all very much. I don't. I've heard it a lot.
I gotta tell you,
It's fantastic.
it's the cutest thing I've ever heard in my life. We had a waitress this morning at the Waffle House, and her name tag said Miss Amber. And she
Miss.
was probably 22, 23.
Something like that.
Cutest little thing. She's like, "Hey, y'all doing?" And I'm like, "Oh my God,
Oh,
my
give me
heart."
some waffles.
No, but seriously, you can't have waffles.
That's true. Thanks for reminding me, by the way. That's my favorite Sunday. So you can see on screen the final lineup for Team Lionheart will be Emir, Artemis, Sun Wukong, Hubwa, and Athena. Looks like you have possibilities here. Sun Wukong more than likely going into the solo lane. Artemis and Athena going to be laning up together. And then Hubwa going in the mid lane with Emir in the jungle.
I like it.
It's strong, good control, a lot of control actually, a lot of control from that team. Across the way, Team Bart has Cupid, Sobek, Ra, Guan Yu, Thanatos. Bart's going to be manning the Cupid station this
Right.
time. And he's going with Sobek most likely in the 2v2 lane, Ra in the mid lane, Guan Yu in the solo lane, and Thanatos dominating the jungle here.
You know, this was a good pickup of Cupid here. And maybe unknowingly, putting Ymir into the jungle is super strong, but his strength relies in being able to take a lot of damage. Which is why he's so good against Arachne, a character we see a lot banned out, especially when Xing is queuing ranked, is that Ymir counter to Arachne. Now, on the other side, we see Cupid. Now, Ymir, notoriously slow. No movement abilities, poor CC immunity, only on his ultimate, which doesn't even let him move. So we're going to see Cupid be able to kind of shut Ymir into a corner. Expect Blink to come out very, very early from the jungle.
The tough thing about that choice there, especially, and this is something that every jungler that experiences, especially the junglers that have reliance, I mean, Thanatos is one of them, a heavy reliance on this, what actives you choose.
Right.
If you go to the jungle, you have to get that hand of the gods. You
Yeah,
can't
no
you
choice.
can't go to the jungle without the secure control. Even characters like Thanatos who don't need the extra sustain or push,
Right.
they still have to have a hand of the gods to secure the buffs and be able to push and get the mid camps and all that stuff
100%.
for the secure there. So the tough part about this is Ymir has one slot to choose from.
Right.
If he goes for the blink, which he needs some kind of movement to deal with that,
He
whether it
does.
be some kind of reaction. You also have, you look across the way, there's not a lot he has to avoid here. Now, maybe, the damage from Raw or something like that, but I mean, a blink is probably the best choice, and standard blink, the 30-second blink, is going to be the one he's going to go here for, just for the ability to get in there, get out, and deal with it. So you see we're popping into game here. This is going to be Team Lionheart versus Team Bart. There's a lot of things you're going to want to focus on in this game here. Now, obviously, the jungle is the first thing to pop up that we've talked about already. Thanatos, he's a squishy character, along the lines of Arachne, so dealing with the mere jungle is, whether or not Lionheart invades here, it's going to be important to look at.
So first thing that I noticed is that the names aren't swapped anymore.
No, I noticed that
I'm
in the
so
in the picking
excited.
stage, yeah, immediately.
Let's get synced up here. It looks like we're good.
20.
This is fun.
I can totally see it. That is
Yep.
fantastic.
This is great.
All right, so locked in here, see where the items go, and we'll obviously decide whether we're going into the specific lanes. Obviously, Lionheart pretty much scared to go to the jungle here. I think the can jungle Ymir can support, but I doubt Lionheart would want to support here with his preference towards jungle. He's a big
Right.
jungle fan, so we're gonna hop into it. Looks like Watcher's Gift was picked up there by Athena, going towards the heavier amount, as well as Eye of Providence. Looks like mirrored matchup. Ra's gonna be going for a Chronos Pendant actually there in the mid lane. Now, this is an item that never really sees play. It used to. Now,
Indeed.
in this situation now, it does work a little bit for Ra. He'll have the regeneration with the healing and the ability to push more often. But with the changes to Ra, I mean, I remember back in the day, Ra maxes 3 first, because you got the buff from it.
Oh,
the buff
okay.
made the 1 better.
That wasn't back in the day. Back in the day is when we're talking about Celestial Beam hitting you 4 times.
That
That was back in
That.
the day.
that's quad hitting someone and just absolutely killing them in one shot. And if they make it away, you just snipe them.
Look at this. We might have an invade here. Bart spots out 4 people hanging near the blue buff. Actually, you see 5 people. Gets greedy. He's going to get frozen there. Knockup from Hebo could be on the way. It looks like he took the splash a little bit too early. And now Athena has jumped in. Bart is taking only about half of his current HP. You see Sobek rotating over as well for that, I guess, that little bit of piggyback that he could have got in there to ensure that his team stayed safe. But it looks like Bart will be able to get out of there safely. But he's going back to the base with 6 seconds left. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to make it over either to the mid camp or the small camp.
Here we
but
go.
He's going to lose something. But we do have another invade as Lionheart's going to find himself an alligator or a crocodile. He's only going to take the freeze, but this will push him off the mid camps.
He's going to dash off there. So that was a really interesting interaction you saw. You obviously grouping up towards the blue buff. Now, it's pretty common for people trying to invade the blue buff. It's the main point of contention besides the mid camps, which has changed quite recently. So you saw them group up as 5, counter-react, but the dashing and then the fact that it was just a little slow reaction there from Team Lionheart, they weren't able to get up a kill, but they ended up pushing it back for another counter-invade and see if they get something done. We have people doing the blue buff. It looks like Lionheart's going to start here on the movement speed solo, and they're going directly into the 2v2 lane, Artemis as well as Athena. We have Hubwa in the mid lane already facing off against the Ra here, pushing them pretty effectively actually. Ra going to have a little bit of trouble in the beginning. Chronos Pendant at level 2 provides 30 magical power as well as 15 MP5, so his mana regeneration isn't in question here. His ability to clear the wave effectively and efficiently is, so he may have trouble with that, but looks like we might have an invasion here going towards the blue buff. It is gone. Lionheart looking for it. Sobek's going to stare right at him. They know it's here. It doesn't look like Bart's reacting. He's level 1. Does he have a dash? He actually should. Charge Prey coming through there. Throws him down. The Athena comes out. No taunt available. Frost Breath gonna miss. There's the double taunt, but Amir is already backed off. The volley's not gonna land either. So it looks like a missed opportunity for both teams there in the left lane.
You know, all the while, Thanatos is continuing his farm rush, and we do see First Blood going down on the right side. The team that I like to call Team Jungle has picked up first blood and has taken a very small but still relevant 500 gold lead.
Mid lane gang coming out here. Frost Breath comes out. There's goes right. There's a slow. They have the Hebo. The Hubwa's actually going to go through. There's a water cannon to finish him off. So 2-0 lead right now for Team Lionheart. A solo kill came down in the right lane. Sun Wukong was able to pick off Guan Yu. And what was so interesting there, if Sun Wukong turned around, it's possibly would have been able to kill the Thanatos as well. Thanatos came in to counter initiate. There was about 5 archers and 2 melee on him, and he dropped very low.
And at the time, that was a level 2 Thanatos. He doesn't have movement speed. He would have been cleared pretty quickly. Granted, he has the movement speed buff, but over on the top side, it looks like he's going to be forced out again. The Hebo, or rather Habwa, is working so well with Lionheart, and they're just rotating around looking for stuff. The mid camps now have respawned on both sides, and it looks like the first initiation here is going to be Lions. Will he be forced to Hand of the Gods here? He's going to go for the freeze instead. It's good. The knock-up, the Hand of the Gods came down, actually going to Thanatos for the heal, and he does hit the Death Scythe for a little bit of health, but Lionheart continues to chase, and he's going to run himself directly into a rather rabid monkey.
Oh, he went right instead of up. Instead, he's going to run right into the Sun Wukong. No reaction there. Looks like Guan Yu and Sun Wukong weren't able to rotate in time, so he's going to make it back towards his tower. Very risky situation, and this is the problem with trying to predict movements and trying to cut people off. Because if they're aware of it, they're going to go a different direction. You're too far away to deal with it there. So we saw Hebo come through the backside. No availability for the crushing wave, so I wasn't able to get the ultimate off in time. It was level 4 at the time. So unfortunately for Team Lionheart, Thanatos is going to get away, but that is a great thing for Thanatos. Thanatos has so much trouble early on if he falls behind.
Ra just gained his ultimate there. I'm very surprised he didn't try to just shoot it down. Maybe get a kill on the Hebo. If he lands it, he would at least force him back to the base. But at this point, it looks like Ra's just content to hang back, continuing his farm presence. He already lost one life so far, but he's still the top gold in his team at 2,500. But take a look at Andisti over in the right lane. Not even 3,000, 3,100 gold working on that mystical mark, and in hand he's pushing up 1,800. He's getting close to finishing it.
Yeah, 1,800 gold in hand there. You can see he's farming very, very well. And, it's in part because of the first blood. Artemis being picked up in left lane. No mana for the board. Caught inside the ultimate. Cupid pop. There goes a kill. High-res Bart getting a kill on Artemis. And now Athena in a lot of trouble here. Looks like she's tanky enough to get out of this one. And no follow-up. Sobek is out of mana. And Mir's going to make his way into the mid lane and push this up. Looks like Hubwa was left alone for a little bit too long, and Ra forced it back. Thanatos doing the damage buff. Mid-camps will go to Team Lionheart. And what's so important is the mid-camps is how the jungle gets ahead. And it seems like Lionheart's getting every single one of them.
Speaking of Lionheart, gets back to the mid lane. Another good freeze. Crushing wave. Thanatos is going to join in there. He's jumping in. He gets a good silence, and it looks like Ra will be able to get out of that. Thanks to a good rotation. Hebo not going for the maximum damage there. Used the crushing wave after 2 moves instead of 3, so he lost a little bit of damage. But overall, I don't think he would have got it either way. Just Ra's positioning was very strong, but a valiant attempt by Lion.
Yep, you're going to force him back. And, this is something that some people may not think about. It's all showing presence.
Sure.
The fact that you're always there in the mid lane, it's going to put that in the back of Ra's mind, and he won't play as aggressively, which is great for Hebo. Hebo likes putting people into corners and making sure that they can't deal with the output that he's capable of. So Hubwa in the mid lane here is going to be very, very capable of pushing him back here, going to the mid camps, and getting that extra goal, which will pay off in the mid stage when those team fights start, because they've been getting literally every single mid camp.
I mean, that's the power of a person who mains the jungle. They know the timers. They know the rotations for the maximum amount of gold, maximum amount of experience, and that's what Lionheart's putting forth. I mean, he's a tournament caster. He was playing at a pretty high level before he started doing that, so he definitely knows what he should be doing in each situation. And now, picking up that blue buff, or rather dropping it, so that Artemis can rotate in safely and grab it's going to help him out a lot.
So Wukong pushing on the right lane here up against the Guan Yu, kind of standing on that minion. Hold his wave back. Smart play there, Guan Yu didn't want to push that back too far and have to fight in the mid lane, because he's having trouble up against the Sun Wukong, whose harassment and clear is stronger. Talisol going to come out. The ring around the rosy, preventing a lot of it. A good stun from Sun Wukong. It looks like Guan Yu is actually doing a little bit more damage than him, but the mystical mark has to be pretty. 2,700 gold in hand for Sun Wukong. He has yet to go back to the base. He's still sitting on his starting consumables. Left lane, Cupid, ultimate, Thanatos ultimate. Look for the dunk down. It's going to land right on top of Athena, but not in range just yet. The first going to come with Sobek's going to clear this one out. Nope, there goes the Thanatos. And now Cupid by himself. Artemis going on top of it. There goes the hit. The board's on the ground. And Mirabel able to pick up the Sobek as well. He dashed away. Does he have wall? He's getting in range. Does he have the movement speed buff? He does. Can he get close up? He's not going to let this one go here. A 1-for-1 exchange, but trading Cupid for Athena. Fantastic trade for Team Lionheart.
Lionheart actually choked right there, throwing the Glacial Strike too far into the wall, missed the damage, and allowed Sobek to get out there. I think Sobek's probably counting his lucky stars on that one, but that one's going to send Bart back to the base. The Heartseeker has been finished, but I think the news story right now is Sun Wukong has finished the Mystical Mark and had enough gold for level 2 teleport to towers as well, which only has a 90-second cooldown, which means he's free to box this right now. He can pressure him as much as he needs to because he knows he can go back. On the opposite side, we do see that Ankh of the Golem has been picked up as opposed to Ankh of the Bear on Guan Yu and level 3 shielded teleport.
Yep, just coming back as much as he possibly can, and that's usually what happens in solo lane. If you're not doing as well or you're just worried about the push, you just pick up that level 3 teleport and come back to lane literally anytime you want to, so you're not worried about losing your tower in the meantime. Although Guan Yu is kind of locked in here. Left side, I think it's going to get grabbed up. There's the Heart Bomb slowing her down. Does she have a dash? She does have it available. If she hits Sobek, it's not going to be far enough. She gets cleared just enough. Dashing forward is High-Risk Bart, getting a kill there on Athena on the left side. Bart is putting in numbers right now. 2-1-1. Finished Heartseeker. 3,900 gold versus the Artemis, who's sitting at 3,700. So individually, a 200 gold differential.
Now mid lane, it looks like He-Bolt's going to be forced back, throwing the Atlas down to try to get out of there. Thanatos was hovering, or rather, I guess, hanging out. He did not use his ultimate. If he did, that might have been some serious kill potential, but it looks like He-Bolt's going to get out of that one, but not for free. He was sent back as a wave gets into the tower, which most of it's going to be going down here, but Lionheart is able to clean up at least a little bit. Rotation over from Thanatos. Death Sight does land, but he misses the harvest, and he's not going to be able to follow that one up. But Wukong's going to have to go back to the base, but teleport to towers.
There you go. So Thanatos not able to get the kill, and even so, I mean, the amount of HP that Sun Wukong has, especially the physical protection he's getting from that mystical mark, he's going to be fine for the time being. Just teleport right back to tower. Left lane, we saw initiation on Artemis. A great Sobek grab, was able to get this one up. Athena trying to get the body block. Sobek going to miss it. Now going in here, but Cupid is not all about that right now. Backing up to the backside there. So Athena dashing in. The Artemis ultimate was used, keeping Artemis alive for the time being, but no follow-up from any jungler. It doesn't look like they have the damage output. They need to get some kills over here. So we see Artemis 1-1.
Dash in right now. Fields of Love. This is a free kill for them. She needs to get back as soon as possible. Actually, Bart, strangely enough, rotating back. I think the pressure from Athena at solo health and solo mana made him think that Lionheart was waiting in the wings, but the real story is that he's over in the right side looking for something to farm.
Looks like he's going to try and get that one if he possibly can. The question is, will he be able to get it? The Heartseeker is, if you pick it up, I mean, it's really important there. Right side, we see the blue buff being taken away. The great wall by Amir, body blocking the ultimate from Guan Yu. A good side comes out. Someone calls going to go for the dunk. Looks like he's going to get enough damage to grab him low. He heals up with the Warriors. Will dash away. Thanatos stunning on top of the tower, but not able to get enough damage. With Thanatos here, he's having so much trouble shredding down Amir and Sun Wukong. He just doesn't do enough to deal with it. Hubwa rotates over as well. Guan Yu lives.
That
amazing
was so clutch. Able to get that stun out right the perfect time. I mean, and the rotation coming out. I don't know if you caught it, but the Warrior's Will was actually stopped by the Tiger Stun. What a great just use of Wukong's abilities. And these are players that we don't normally see. I mean, these are people who have donated to be in this tournament. They're donating to the charity the Tier Monster's putting forth. Which charity is that again?
American Red Cross.
American Red Cross. And
the
they're putting themselves in the spotlight, and so far I think they're doing a pretty good job with it. As you see, Lionheart's actually rotated over again, trying to smack the impenetrable force that is this Guan Yu. He's getting pretty tanky. The Ankh of the Golem's giving him a lot of health, man. 550.
Yeah, I went into the health conversion there for Ankh of the Golem. A lot of HP, 550 for a single island. Like you said, is a lot there. Blink comes out, Frost Breath, Tiger Stun at the same time, not stacking those stuns properly, and it may be enough to let Guan Yu survive, and it is. Unfortunately enough, without the communication, the double stun came through.
I think the Tiger Stun actually hit a creep. It didn't look to me like he actually got hit by that. I didn't see the health drop.
Looks like it just ended up hit. Either way, I mean, the stuns were not properly utilized, and Guan is going to survive by the skin of his teeth. That's twice now Guan has gotten away with very slim amounts of HP. We see Amir going to the jungle here to clear this out. Amir ultimate, of course, on cooldowns. We're just going to clear that one through. Left side, Artemis and Athena versus Cupid and Sobek here. Cupid sitting pretty far ahead on levels. Level 11 versus level 10 on Artemis. 4,700 gold on Artemis versus the Cupid is at 49. So about still the 200 gold differential individually. So Cupid staying ahead here. Bart making sure that's always focused on. Sobek kind of hanging. I'm surprised to see the supports in the left lane not wandering around and helping with the mid camps and trying to get some ganks down. At this point is when you usually see the hunters being left alone, and a great block by the Athena there, forcing back with the charge prey. Cupid just going to get out, so it looks like Cupid's a little fearful here.
He used the Heart Bomb on the creeps to try to get the clear. But to go back to your point about the rotations, I think it's come down to Sobek can get kills if he gets the fling into Heart Bomb, and Athena knows that they will kill the Artemis if she leaves the lane. So I think they're kind of stuck in this stalemate, but Sobek looks like he's going to go back to the base here, spend some money, taking a look at the items. It looks like he's going to finish up those Midas boots, which is good. I mean, he needs to start getting that stacked up. Level 3 eye as well, level 2 hand, so they'll have some pressure there. The board's going to be done under the tower. I don't know if they're going to be able to chase this one. Little Caprice, I don't think is going to jump through there. Rotation over from Thanatos for the cover. Lionheart not really in position to look for this one. But it looks like Bart's actually not going back to the base. Lionheart looks like he's going to be walking within ward's range in a minute if he goes through, but instead is going to go for mid lane. Raw, unsuspecting, is going to get frozen here. That's a shot. Where's the knock-up? It's good. Crushing Wave's going to be enough, and Golem Dolph has picked up another kill.
Looks like he has there. So Rob being picked off there. Wasn't for the first time in, no, second time there in the mid lane being picked off by the crushing wave enough. Gonna find Sobek in the jungle. Lionheart and the hub wall gonna put force forward here. Slow's gonna miss. Great dodging by Sobek, avoiding the frost breath as well as the glacial strike. And then Athena dashed in, not in range there. Right side, we see Guan Yu and Sun Wukong going at it yet again. Guan Yu not really getting the better end of the stick here, but able to hold onto his tower. In fact, it's only about 70% HP right now, so because of that teleport, he's able to just come back and defend it. But that also means that he's just locked in this lane. He cannot leave, and he can't assist anyone else. At this point, looking at the graphs, we're going to see a 2,700 gold lead as well as a 3,100 experience difference for Team Lionheart at the 13-minute mark. They're doing a fantastic job of holding onto this lead and getting bigger and bigger. And this is before objectives. We have no towers down, no gold theory. It's just buffs in the jungle as well as minion camps and kills, and they're doing a fantastic job.
You know, Lionheart's team has been rotating a lot, but at the same time, they're not missing a lot of farm. We keep seeing people intermittently go back on Bart's team, missing creeps, sending them into the tower, losing their jungle buffs, and right now we have a jump into the tower here. No body block. It looks like both ultimates are going to be used in the solo lane as the decoy comes out chasing the Thanatos into the tower. But a good rotation is going to force out a very bad fight for Guan Yu, possibly a fatal fight, and turn it into a situation in which the enemy had used an ult that he might not have had to use for that kill.
Yeah, it looks like that one was forced out there by both Guan and Sun Wukong. Neither of them really needed to use their ultimates there, but Guan Yu not really worth. He doesn't want to risk it, and of course he heard the horse and couldn't turn around. He assumed possibly Guan Yu would try to counter-initiate with a stun there, so just pop the CC immunity. So you Blink in the mid lane, but a little bit too far away, not able to gets the Frostbreath Glacial Strike. Where's the Water Cannon? Water Spout should finish one. Indeed it does. Amir ultimate coming out. Sobek throwing Amir into the tower, and of course with that natural stat gain that Amir has, he gains HP and protections like a madman per level. 104 to 106, I believe. So a very, very high amount. Each level he's getting tankier and tankier, and it looks like they're not going to be able to do anything with that. So Ra getting picked off yet again, having a trouble time here. Frost Breath, Glacial Strike, Water Spout. Does he have Water Cannon damage? Charge Prey not going to save him. Pops his ultimate. One more hit should do it. Looks like that last hit will pick him off there. And another kill in the mid lane for Team Lionheart.
You know, Lionheart's got to be feeling good. Not only did he encourage someone to donate to charity, but this Hebo is doing work. Or rather, I'm sorry.
Habwa.
Habwa.
It's tough. Habwa.
Level 16, though. Highest in the game right now. Second highest gold overall, only by about 10. He's doing a lot of work. Not to mention, he has shut this Raw down. Raw level 14, sitting at 6,800. And the worst part is that he's actually the highest gold on Team Bart. Putting them pretty far behind now. Taking a look at the graph, 3,700 gold it has increased to. Experience difference now 56, 58, 59, 6,000. It's just skyrocketing right now. All in favor of Team Lionheart.
You see all four members besides the jungler in the lane getting golden experience right now, so that number is getting bigger and bigger. At this point, we see Artemis at 5,900 gold versus the Cupid, who's at 64. So about a 500 gold differential, but of course Artemis can she's free to sit here and farm and farm and farm. With the jungle in the mid lane doing so well, and the fact that the solo lane is also conquering, Artemis has no worries. She can just sit in this lane, get as much gold experience as she needs until the point comes. Right side dive in the tower. Looks like the Sun Wukong is trying to go for it. He pops it a little bit late. The Dunk's going to come out, doing some damage. They're getting very, very low. He just needs enough mana to use the cudgel. The mystical marks taking him down. Thanatos stun's going to stop him out there. And now Sun Wukong's in a lot of trouble. Not a whole lot of HP or mana. A few more hits from Thanatos. He has movement speed up as well. I don't see Sun Wukong getting out of that with one more hit. So Thanatos with a beautiful rotation. But at the same time, the tower gets taken down by minions.
You know what? I think it's worth it. Get the Sun Wukong down. If you think about it, a tower's worth 1,000 gold. But if you're currently a character that's doing well on a killing spree, not going super negative, you wind up getting less gold for that tower because your team's earning 1,000, but then you're giving away 300 to 500. And over on the left side, it gets even better for Team Lionheart though, because Bart and the support Sobek both get picked up, and now they're going to lose another tower. So Lionheart's team's gold is about to jump super high,
6,000.
over 6K.
Then 4,900 right now, goes right up to 5,900, so 6,000 gold lead for them right now. A beautiful wall from Amir. Also, the ultimate comes out. Cupid, nowhere to go, gets blocked out. Sobek sticking around trying to help out, but not a whole lot that he can do. The gold three being started up. Fought in the camp, actually, just trying to block this out here. Popping up to the right, top right corner of the screen, you will see the vision that is awarded to Team Bart. They don't know this is here. Sun Wukong's here as well. Gold Fury goes down. Good pickup, and now forcing Thanos back. Sun Wukong, look at the damage he's doing. Thanos getting still a great taunt from Athena. The volley comes out. One more hit, and Thanatos gets pecked off. A little bit of a bonus there, a Christmas bonus on top of the Gold Fury.
Not to mention, that kill went to Artemis, the lowest gold on the team, so extra gold, and more importantly, extra experience, plus, hey, Heartseeker stacks.
Why not? There's one more kill there, so we put that out. Looks like a Frostbound Hammer being picked up by the Guan Yu, just adding that slow, trying to secure some kills for his team. Thanos going for the CDR build as well. Mid lane looks like he's forced it up here. Hubwa in a lot of trouble trying to get the raw kill, but got too greedy. Athena ultimate coming out here. It will be enough to save him. He's jumping into the jungle. Guan Yu wants to go for it, pops the ultimate. He's not getting out of this one. There goes the stun. One more hit will do it. Does he have Warriors ult? Nope, slices it up, and that's a free Hubwa. Sobek with the slow. Sun Wukong up in there on his somersault cloud. Does he get away from this one? He can get some distance, but it looks like he's considering going in. He's going to jump back towards his tower and be just fine, but Hubwa picked off the most farmed in the game. That's a great pick.
So Team Jungle here, Team Lionheart doing pretty well. 18 minutes into the game have earned themselves a Gold Fury, multiple towers, 7,600 gold ahead, and they don't really have a lot of damage on Team Bart. Now over on the left side you can see Cupid continuously farming, but at level 14 he's going to have a hard time carrying comparatively to a Hubwa who's level 18 right now, working on that ever deadly, ever present Polynomicon.
Oh man, the Polynomicon's coming out here, and that's going to add so much damage to the Hubwa. So they're getting caught out here. Sun Wukong, good wall, forcing it out. Emir ultimate pops early, just a little bit of damage. There goes knockups. Raw ultimate's going to hit the Emir. Thanos up in there, he's going to get the dunk. He's going to execute. Lionheart gets picked off there. You see the pumpkin going down. Now going after Athena, dropping low. The scythe comes out there. Good slow. Good grab, but a little bit risky. Athena trying to go after this. He's perfectly fine. Thanatos wants the Athena, dashes towards the right. Guan Yu not paying attention right now. No rotation. Athena by herself. Doesn't get the side a little bit too short. And now Athena, the race for her life, going after this Guan Yu a little bit late to the party. A few more hits. Looks like he's got the movement speed. One more slice to do it. There goes the hit. And Athena goes down. So Thanatos earning himself an unofficial double kill.
And a double kill on a pretty important target too, setting Lionheart back to the base for a long time. Level 16 is pretty big. And then another kill goes down. It looks like we had a pickup there of and Dynasty was able to get another kill, who has gotten pretty strong there. You see him rotating back through the jungle. So Mr. Ra is going to incur a 44-second cooldown from that point. That's rough.
That is rough. It's a tough situation to be in for him. It looks like in the right lane, he's going to be pushing up even further. That right side tower is down, so the tier 2 tower is exposed at this point. Mid tower, the next target most likely for Team Lionheart. Hubwa is going to find Thanatos in the jungle. Look at that chunky, crushing wave. A basic attack should do it, and indeed it will. Looks like Hubwa is in complete control. Talon Assault coming out. Good stun from the... Oh, never mind. Sun Wukong going to miss that one with a ring around the rosy. The turn radius is a little bit too short on that tiger form. So Guan Yu just dashes away from that one. Looks like he ended up using his ultimate as well to do it. So that's going to be a pretty clean kill on the Thanatos, and Hubwa just gets away.
You know what I love too is if you watch the way the Hubwa moved around, you could really see his thought process. Like, oh, I hit him with a knockup. Okay, I'll just poke him and then I'll back off. Hits him with the splash, gets that water cannon damage, takes 2 steps back and go, wait a second, how much did I hit him for? Crushing wave.
60% of his HP, I'll take that. Goes right in it, and of course the crushing wave and a single basic attack. The Polynomicon is completed now for Hubwa, so he has that damage potential. And with Bancroft's talent, good penetration in CDR, as soon as he finishes that rod, he's going to be terrifying. Left side, Artemis getting forced back here by the Sobek. Good ultimate actually to avoid the tail whip. Looks like Cupid not trying to go in on that one. Get back off. Mid tower dive is going to pick off the Raw. 4-man rotation. This tower is completely exposed. Teleport coming out here from the Sun Wukong. Great awareness, realizing that Guan Yu is pushing the tower. He's going to counter it, and they're also going to get the mid tower, but here comes a rotation.
Now Bart's going to come in there, land the Fields of Love. It looks like Little Caprice is going to be caught up, and the Thanatos is in the air. He lands down on top of Lionheart. Looks like they're going to turn their focus onto the ice giant that's rotating around. He does get picked up. Crushing wave right through Bart's going to cause him to disappear in the water. Thanatos gets grabbed as well. 4 down. The only person left is Guan Yu, who was forced back to the base once again. Almost an unofficial deicide as everyone currently is off the map. Let's run it back.
Let's watch that crushing wave. So, of course, the 4-man rotation here. Sun Wukong is going to pop his teleport. He sees Guan Yu pushing his right tower. He's going to disappear. So now 3 men remaining for Team Lionheart. They're coming in. But watch the crushing wave placement by Hubwa. Look how close it comes. Now, keep it in stomach. We're in the way. There's a water spout. He backs off, throws down the river, look for opportunity. Thanos up in the air. But look at the lineup here. He sees them grouping up, and then he sees it. Look, you can feel it in Hubwa's view. He sees the lineup, waits for the Amir ultimate to go out, kind of baiting it out, throws out a basic attack, looking for something here. He sees it. All of a sudden, you see 2. The taunt comes out. He lines up. Crushing wave 1, 2. Cupid and Sobek gone now. And this turns the fight instantly. It was a 3 versus 3. Now it's a 3 versus 1. They get the follow-up kill, and it's a 3 for 1.
And
4 for 1 if you count Rob.
And if there's any character in the game you don't want to be stuck in the middle of, it's Hebo, and especially as Thanatos. Like, there's nowhere to go.
Oh, yes.
You just kind of hold that damage. Right side, more pushing going on, but I don't know how much he's going to be able to do here. Actually, they have a rotation. This could be a 1,500 gold swing right now, on top of the fact that they just earned themselves an unofficial deicide. This 9,300 is going to get dangerously close to 11,000 gold in the lead now, as you see it skyrocket up to 10,800. 22 minutes into the game, 14,000 experience as well, and yet we only have 2 level 20s right now. Solo Lane and Disty, who we see on Sun Wukong, and then the Hubwa player Golem Dolph, who has been kind of the hero of the game, 7-1-3.
Absolutely crushing the mid lane and any surrounding areas. Both, actually all 3 tier 1 towers down now for Team Bart, and of course the tier 2 tower is gone with no towers down yet for Team Lionheart. So of course if they even up the towers, that's 4,500 gold, unclaimed by Team Bart. But even then the gap is so big, and if it comes down to the next team fight and Team Bart can't pull it ahead here, the Fire Giant's going to be picked up.
Right.
Then their mid tower's going to go down. The left tower possibly go down as well. The Phoenixes are exposed. And it's getting better and better for Team Lionheart. You see Artemis finishing off that core build. The penetration boots, the Heartseeker, and the Chin Size for a great split of attack speed, damage, crit, and a little bit of lifesteal as well. So it works out so beautifully. And with that Vengeful Assault, Artemis is hitting really, really hard. You see the vision coming out here, so pop up to the top right corner of the screen. You can see what Team Bart sees. They see Athena a little bit there. Vision on the backside for the blue, but they can't see everything. The Gold Fairy, they know it's there. Sobek's going to spot it out and call it out to his team. So we'll see the rotations come out, but someone is keeping Guan Yu busy.
He is. I don't know if Sobek's going to be able to get in there. He's looking for the charge prey steal, but I guess the pressure from Hubble is a little bit too much. Searing Pain's going to get thrown out there and miss. Charge prey is down. Lionheart blinks in for the double stun, and there's the crushing wave again. Thanatos will be able to get up into the air. It looks like, moreover, he's just going to try to escape. He does escape completely. Very low health, but the Gold Fury goes down. They grab 2 people in the process, and suddenly 12,650 gold in the lead. Team Lionheart has Team Bart kind of on the ropes here.
This is the problem with Thanatos jungle, is if you ever fall this far behind, it's hard for him to have an entry point in the team fights. You see him go up, his team's not doing enough damage for him to have some way to execute someone or get a good stun and follow up after that. If he goes in, he's just going to die, and he knows it. So even though Thanatos is good farm, in fact, he's going to be the most farmed on his team, 5-3 right now, good amount of damage there. He sees the opportunity to go up, and he can't take it. There's no position for him, so he has to fly away, go back to his tower, forfeit tier 2 in the mid lane, lose that gold, and then come back and try to look for a better opportunity.
You know, the Thanatos ult is so tricky. It does damage. Not too much, but it has the instantaneous ability to just shut somebody out of the fight completely with that execute. Not to mention, it's a pretty decent stun as well in a fairly wide radius. So as a Thanatos player, I can attest that using it as an escape hurts me. To know that I have to get out and that I'm not going to have this in the next engagement if it happens soon, you feel it in your bones.
You certainly do, and the biggest thing, it's like a Thor ultimate with a little less, movement speed or effectiveness, but also has that added execution, which is beautiful. And it's why Thanatos is so powerful in, an even matchup where both teams can do enough damage. If your team gets enough AoE through, or one or two people get low enough, you hit the execute, you follow up with the silence, you get the scythe out, and all of a sudden the whole team fights change, but he's not getting that opportunity here. Mid lane, we see Athena being forced back by the Guan Yu, Ra, and Sobek. Thanatos making his way over here. Looks like he's going to find the Athena as well. Not really their greatest first target. You see, even the Scythe not doing a whole lot to Athena. 4-man group up from Team Bart. 5-man from Team Lionheart. Blink comes out. Cupid not in the way. Glacial Strike, Frost Breath. 3-man hit. And Mirror Ultimate coming through a double kill. Guan Yu forced to go up on his Warhorse and make his way out. Thanatos is up in the air, but again, he doesn't have a place to land. He cannot go in this. He has to land down somewhere safe. And he's doing it. He's seeing the read. He's going up in the ultimate, looking for an opportunity, but his team's just getting wiped so hard every time, he can't go in. He has to retreat.
With the Sobek getting picked off, Bart realized he wasn't going in there. So he just Bs. Hits that B button, back to the base, which is going to send 5 members of Team Lionheart into the Fire Giant lair. And look at that health melt. He's already at 50%. They have level 3 Hand of the Gods. I mean, this is just free at this point. I mean, they had no presence there at all. And now Bart just trying to find a mid-camp or some kind of farm, still sitting level 18, just is so far behind comparatively now because this Artemis, who wasn't doing super well in the beginning, is being handed gold from towers and from gold furies. And now poor Bart. Blink over the wall to find him. He's going to get frozen. He doesn't have a way out here. The beads have been used. Confound's coming out. He used the ultimate, but he doesn't even get to watch it go off before poor little Cupid gets dropped down to the ground.
Blue skies, baby dies, everybody. So we're going to see him get picked off there. Unfortunately enough, he was by himself. Great wall, double stun, glacial strike, volley. Guan Yu goes down. Team Lionheart unstoppable. A 3-0 exchange plus Fire Giant. Team Bart is on tilt. Their Phoenix is now exposed. All towers down. We're sitting on an 18,000 gold lead, 24,000 experience at the 27-minute mark here, DM. And now this poor Phoenix is staring down the barrel of 5 angry Team Lionheart members.
I'm kind of ushering them into the Phoenix here. I don't really know what they're doing. Thanatos going to read the stun, jump up into the air. He needs to make something happen here. This Phoenix is going to go down. He does come back down, only hitting one person. The stun's not going to be good enough, but he looks like he will escape here. Going to take a few hits for his troubles, but this is going to allow Team Lionheart to run back into the mid lane because he still has 10 seconds before anyone's going to try to make known. High-Res Bart did use his ultimate before in the last engagement, so he's not going to have that as well. All towers down. Phoenix, 2 of them down now as well. The right tower on the right side, you can see, is almost dead, but those minions are keeping the dream alive.
Yeah, those minions, they're trying to make something happen. That 1,000 gold may be the way to get back into this game here. So the Fire Giant buff, it looks like it's going to last another 2 minutes and 10 seconds. They're going to have that for quite a while, actually. Surprisingly enough, they've been really efficient with the time usage of this buff. So 2 more minutes on this Fire Giant buff. All 5 of them have it. Team Bart is going to have a lot of trouble going anywhere. 2 Phoenixes down, and they're on the opposite side of the map as the Fire Giant. So they're going to have to make sure that they babysit those effectively. And not only that, but they have to defend their right side Phoenix, which it looks like Team Lionheart hasn't even gone home yet. They're going to make their way all the way in with the regeneration on both HP and mana. You get in the Fire Giant, you can stay out for a long time, and they're leveraging that perfect.
They're using it definitely to their advantage. They're back up to full HP, all of them. And now they're pressuring the right side. Take a look in the mid lane. We have Thanatos, we have High-Res Bart on Cupid, and we have Sobek rushing down looking for that 1,000 gold, but it's not going to amount to enough as they're pushing forward here. Lionheart finds himself a Guan Yu freeze. He puts the wall down. It looks like Searing Pain did not hit anybody, and just to ensure it, Lionheart uses the ult. Doesn't even need to. All Phoenixes have been taken down as they rush into the Minotaur. Thanatos up into the air. Does he get a stun here? Who is he looking for? He's floating. He's floating. He lands down just in the midst of it. A little Caprice taking a lot of damage here. Don't know if he's going to be able to get out, and he does get picked up there. But only one person so far as Lionheart continues to pressure. Minotaur sitting 20%. One more push, and the first game on this cast will go to Team Lionheart.
And very successfully so. I mean, we watched them control every aspect of the game. Hubwa was a dominant force. We saw the Amir jungle make leaps and bounds on that gold gap. And this was before any towers were taken. No objectives, no gold fury, nothing. It was just pure, effective, unadulterated experience there. And so they used that to their advantage, rotated around. It seemed like, this is the problem that Guan Yu had some farm, but could never really leave his lane. Thanatos not strong enough to be able to get enough damage on top of that. So let's look at here. Jump on top of the damage number. 16,000 there on Amir, 19,000 on Hubwa, surprisingly enough, 20,000 on Senwokai, and 21,000 on Artemis. And this is why Artemis, we were talking about how she wasn't really in a lot of trouble in the beginning. The fact that she was kind of falling behind in the gold in her lane didn't matter, because once the team fights start, if she got that Fire Giant buff, pop that too, she's going to start shredding everyone she comes in contact with, 7, 1, and 10.
Cupid to me reminds me a lot of Arachne. Has a super deadly early game, but as the game progresses, becomes a little bit weaker. I mean, his 2 gives you a heal. I mean, it's kind of unreliable. The Flutter is better as an escape more than as an aggressive tactic,
Right.
because if you use it for the attack speed, you're putting yourself in a dangerous position, considering he's one of the few characters that does not have CC immunity. And while
right.
Fields of Love is a great control aspect, forcing people to run out of it, using beads, ages, etc. Once that's out, he doesn't really have a lot to offer, whereas Artemis, has that stun, has the CC immunity, extra movement speed, extra attack speed, can put traps down with cripple, and then of course, volley, which does a ton of damage.
Volley certainly does, and once we have that shred, you get in the late game. If you jump on her, she's gonna pop her ultimate. It's gonna get the stuns, the CC immunity, like you said, and the movement speed on top of it. That's why Artemis is so great. And for those of you wondering where she came from, I mean, before the snowball was really high, so you could just the game would end before Artemis hit that crucial point.
Right.
When you slow the game down and it comes down to mid and late game in the forum, Artemis late game is a monster.
Hyper
And now she's a hyper carry. That's it.
Hyper carry.
She scales so quickly, and she has so much late game presence that once you had those anti-snowball mechanics entered into the game, Artemis is much stronger. So we're gonna go into this, look at the brackets here. We're gonna see the updated version here. I'm gonna put this up in chat so you guys can check this out here. Team Lionheart moving forward, defeating out Team Bart.